son! What a hit!
Hey guys, and welcome back to View from the Cop. Of course, we're here to do the post-match analysis, post-match talk of Napoli versus Liverpool. You can see we're not too delighted. Myself, Calvin, and Reshlan.
Hey guys.
All right, so okay, let's get into this. As you can see, bitterly disappointed of yesterday's result. I'm gonna start with this question, and I think I know the answer. But were Napoli that good, or was Liverpool just that bad?
Kels, I think it was quite easy to see last night which team wanted it more, really. Which team wanted to come away with a victory. And I feel like it was a weird watch for a lot of us. It was weird for me especially. I mean, it kind of felt like I was watching Mourinho travel away to play a team. You know, I mean, it's not often that we see Liverpool play any game for a point.
Yeah.
It's not often we see Liverpool not have a shot on target, which is actually the stat at the end of the game.
That's incredible.
First time since 2012, and I can't even remember which game it was. First time since 2012 that we haven't had a shot on target. So whether that reflected the style and the approach from Klopp last night, or whether it was the team that was just really ineffectual and tired, up for debate.
Now, interesting you say that, because it did look like Liverpool ran 90 minutes before they started that game. The team looked like they had absolutely no energy, especially in midfield and up front. And I'm still trying to put my finger on whether it was the midfield who let us down or whether it was the front three, because they just all seemed quite bad. Now, let's try and take this some moments in the game, and then we'll talk more specifically about what went wrong and how well Ancelotti did in his setup for the game as well. So in the first half for Liverpool, I think it started off the way it ended. Napoli dominated the entire game. I think we can all agree on that, right? The big moment for Liverpool in the first half is around 20 minutes. Then Keita goes down with a back injury.
Yeah, and that was a big loss, because Klopp put Keita into the game there with the approach of having a ball-carrying midfielder there to inject some sort of creativity that was perhaps missing in previous fixtures. And then we go on losing in the 15th or 16th minute, I think it was. And that was an initial blow, because I think it would have thrown a spanner very early on into Klopp's game plan. And then we see Henderson come on.
Yeah, so let's get into that while we're here, because in pre-match, Klopp says, I'm playing Keita today instead of Henderson because Keita is better basically between the lines, and obviously he means between the midfield and the defensive lines. In those spaces, he runs and drives with the ball, which we just started to see in the game before he got injured. And then he gets injured, and the option is to take him off and replace him with Henderson. And this is when it didn't make much sense, because yes, I guess he was then relying on the front three to create their own opportunities. But why not then go Shaqiri, who can play between those lines?
I'm not really sure what happened in that moment, but it made absolute sense, obviously, before kickoff. I mean, the style that Napoli plays is very front foot football, and they play a very high line as well. So Keita was the obvious choice from the start to play in between those lines, and pick up the ball and to play through balls or to make passes. And Shaqiri should have been the one that came on for him. Should have came on and should have offered that creativity that maybe Henderson would have lacked. So the choice to kind of bring Henderson on, maybe Henderson would have played in that number 6 role and freed Gini Wijnaldum up and freed
for them to take on the Keita role.
To take on the Keita role. Maybe that's what he kind of hoped for.
Yeah.
Whether he got that out of the tired legs from Wijnaldum and Milner.
And that brings me to the next talking point of because we don't have moments to talk about throughout the game, right? Napoli had some big moments. They hit the bar. Alisson did quite well. Mane was through, but sandwiched between Ospina and a defender. Couldn't really do too much there. The one time Firmino put him through. Okay, and the goal where Mertens went wide, Van Dijk went with him. He played a bit of a blind back pass. Callahan doing well to pick up on the pass. Gomez was the only centre-back left in the box, and I can't really blame him for the goal. Alright, so we're not going to spend too much time on the match moments because there weren't many great ones. What we are going to talk about is exactly what Reshlan mentioned there about the legs and the players, the substitutes Klopp made, and also credit to Ancelotti in the way he set up his team going forward.
So if we were to look at the energy in the squad right now, man, we're in the middle of this heavy run of fixtures. Actually, we're kind of towards the end with City on Sunday. And I think the performance that we saw out there last night was probably a result or a consequence of the run of fixtures that we've had thus far. I mean, Klopp's only really rotated in the one game, which was the League Cup game against Chelsea. And since then, we've seen most of our players play full 90 minutes. I mean, Milner and Wijnaldum have played a lot of football. Van Dijk looked noticeably tired last night.
He did the bare minimum for defending, but his passes and distribution looked really poor.
And that could have been, and it's probably a consequence of playing a lot of football.
Mane as well has played tons of football, and you could see it yesterday.
Mane's played all. I can't remember which game he got arrested.
He didn't. He came off early in one of the games, I think, but he played almost all 90 minutes. And he did start every fixture so far.
So, just a question to kind of throw onto this while we're speaking about energy in the squad. Having Manchester City coming on Sunday, right? And going into this game, if Klopp's game plan is to take a point away from Naples, why go with our strongest starting 11?
It doesn't make sense to me.
This is what I didn't really understand. I mean, you have legs, you have Fabinho on the bench, right? You have Shaqiri and Sturridge on the bench. I mean, I would have even played Nat Klein in this game, maybe, if we were going for just a point. And now we're going into City on the back of chasing the ball for 90 minutes in Italy. So what this means for the squad on Sunday,
it's a big concern, because now when you look at Liverpool's form, it reads loss, draw, loss. And I mean, now we've got City, and if it's a loss again, suddenly we haven't won a game in 4. We've got one point in 4 games. Yes, one was a cup game, 100 points there, but still it's a loss. So has Klopp missed the trick? And suddenly we're talking big, because I mean, we beat PSG, we're sitting second, third in the log, but we lost the game we shouldn't have lost. And I think we're getting critical about this, not because we lost, but in the manner in which the team suddenly looked like they could not play football anymore. So has Klopp, it just seems like it spiraled too fast. Like, if he'd missed the trick and hadn't rotated enough over this period, we should have seen a steady decline in performance. But it seems like it went from Chelsea, where we played amazing, to all of a sudden, guys, we are so tired, we can't play football anymore. Which I guess is also an awkward one for Klopp, because when he looked at his team, he probably thought, we're doing well, everyone looks fit, they're still playing really good. And then he puts them out there and it's just dead.
So maybe it's an issue of energy, maybe it's an issue of the game plan as well, because we would be having a very different discussion, I feel, if we didn't concede in that 90th minute. If Klopp and the team came away from Naples with a point, it would have been 4 points from 2 fixtures, 2 very tough fixtures in the Champions League, which were PSG at home and then a difficult away game in Napoli away. So we would have had a very different discussion. I think the fan base would have been happy with 4 points from those 2 fixtures.
We would have been happy with the points, I agree.
And I don't feel as if the whole discussion of performance and the tiredness would have been a major issue. That was the thing, right? So for me, it was a gamble from Klopp to go to Italy and to play 4 point. And he would have been happy with 99.9% of the game, the exception obviously of conceding the goal.
I feel. It doesn't make sense for me, Klopp going to play. I don't feel like he went to plan for a draw, because 1, the team, 2, it's not Klopp's style, and it's way too risky to go away from home. The way Jurgen Klopp has been playing football for his entire managerial career, way too risky for one of his teams to go and play for a point.
But then what about the substitutions, though?
So let's get into that discussion, because at that point, when he pulls Milner off of Fabinho, is in my mind when I went, okay, now he's going for that point. Because at that point, I think you could see that Napoli were completely overrunning us in midfield and in attack. And I don't think it was the right substitution. But obviously, he was like, it's only a few more minutes. We just have to hang on a bit more and we'll come away with the point. Clearly not trusting our attack to go out and find the result. The Mane Sturridge substitution was a bit random for me. I'm not sure if he was hoping that Sturridge was going to recreate that magic from the other night. Salah for me was even poorer than Mane. At least Mane got onto the ball a couple of times, tried running a bit. Salah could not even keep the ball at his feet for more than 2 seconds.
And Koulibaly was an absolute wall against
he was
Salah
a beast.
as well.
He was a beast.
I mean, just on a side note, we can criticize Liverpool. We are criticizing Liverpool here, but credit to Napoli. Guys.
Yes, absolutely.
So
we take nothing away from Alan, who played superbly.
Yeah.
From Mario Rui, who was amazing on the left-hand side. To Koulibaly, who was a rock at the back. Albiol as well. And the other centre-back, I'm not sure who. Maximovic as well played good ball. Hamsik with some good passes.
Yeah.
I thought the poorest Napoli player was Milik, and he didn't play that badly either.
Yeah, he actually had a shot
on. Good game. And if we looked at, so we'll put up the ratings, the player ratings in the corner. We're not going to go through every single player. It was fairly poor. We thought Alisson and Gomez were our two best players.
Yes.
Alisson made some big saves. He was pretty decent.
But the second game now in a row.
Alisson, absolutely. Yeah. Gomez was well positioned. He defended well. He never allowed himself to get beat in the air or get caught on the wrong side.
Yeah.
I thought he was our best outfield player. Our worst player on the field, I think, was Salah. He was just out of the game, just never really got into the game.
But again, I think that's indicative of the way Napoli play. Exactly. So
it might be. And he was not receiving anything from the midfield to actually feed off either.
And he wasn't, I mean, we've seen a lot over the past few games, for the past few months. We've seen that ball from Trent into Salah's feet. We've seen that at Chelsea, against Chelsea last week. And that didn't come off this game.
Trent had a tough game.
He was either isolated or he was found too far out of his position.
Yeah.
And Insigne kept taking advantage of that. He didn't link up well with Salah either. And when Salah did have the ball, Koulibaly was all over him.
Yeah.
So it's frustrating night, really, I think, for Mohamed.
I think you can see we're frustrated here as well. We're trying to find someone to blame, and it just was a poor team performance in the end. Maybe no specific individual. I think if you look at almost every outfield player there was not up to speed on the day.
Yeah.
All right, so like I said, the ratings will be in the corner. Not too much more to cover in this video. Anything specific that we might need to be... I mean, we spoke about club substitutes. We're not sure what happened there. Maybe you want to give us your thoughts on that and what he was trying to do.
I think also, guys, if there's any positives you may have picked up in this game, maybe share that with us as well.
That would be great for the morale of all of us. If there's any positives you picked up, it would be good to hear about, because it's. I mean, I think we're reaching at the moment for good moments for Liverpool. All right, so that's pretty much it for this video. Yeah. All right, so you can catch our next video, which is the pre-match to Manchester City on Sunday night. Let us know what you think of what happened in the game against Napoli and your thoughts and opinions. Follow us on Twitter. The link is in the description for that. And until the next episode, that's been A View from the Call.